Hello students, welcome to another physics video. I hope you all are doing fine. Today I'll continue with the chapter matter. In previous video you have studied about definition of matter, composition of matter and the properties of matter. Today we will study about the states of matter and changes in state of matter. States of matter. Now children, do you remember what you have studied in class 5 about states of matter? How many states of matter are there? I hope you do remember. There are 3 states of matter. What are those? Solid, liquid and gas. I hope you are well aware of the examples. Example of solid is steel, iron, wood, ice, etc. Liquid examples are water, oil, honey, milk, etc. And gases, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, air, water vapor and many more. Now do you see anything common in these examples? See ice, water and water vapor. Do you find anything common in this? Yes, this is the 3 different states of water. That means water can be present in all 3 states of matter. It can be present as solid in the form of ice, as liquid in the form of water and as gas in the form of water vapor. Now we all know that there are 3 states of matter. But do we know on what basis have matter been divided into 3 different states? We will now know what is the basis of these 3 different states of matter. Matter is divided into 3 different states on the basis of 3 different properties. Now what are those properties? First is intermolecular spaces. Second is force of attraction or intermolecular force. And the third is movement of molecules. By intermolecular spaces, we mean the space between the molecules of the solid. By intermolecular force, we mean the attractive forces which are present between the molecules. And by movement, you all know what movement of molecules mean, that how does it moves. Okay, now in this table you will see how the different properties are different in the 3 states of matter. The first property was intermolecular space. Now in solid, the intermolecular space is negligible. You may say that it does not exist only. There is near to no space in between 2 molecules of a solid. In liquid, the intermolecular space is more than the solids. And in gases, it is far more than the liquids. That means it has huge space between 2 molecules. Next property was intermolecular force. Now in solid, the attractive forces or the intermolecular forces is very strong between molecules. In liquids, it is weak. And in gases, it is very weak or negligible. And the third property is movement of molecules. Now the molecules of solid do not move, or it is not free to move. It moves only in its position. It does not change its position. Liquids, the molecules of liquids are free to move. It moves in a to and fro direction, but in limited space. It cannot go anywhere. It moves only in a limited space. And gases, the movement of molecules in gases is that it is free to move to and fro anywhere. Unlike liquids, it can move anywhere. It does not have a limited space in which it moves. Now we will see the molecular model of solid. In this I will explain to you how the molecular properties changes the properties of these three states of matter. That is, because of the molecular properties, the property of solid, liquid and gases are also affected. We will see how. Now the first point is, solid have strong intermolecular force. As I just told you, it has very strong intermolecular force between the molecules. Second, because of this intermolecular force, the molecules are closely packed. That is, it has no molecular space between them. Thus, because of this molecular property, the solids cannot be compressed much. We cannot compress the solid much because already the molecules are lying very close to each other without any space. The third point is, molecules arranged in a definite manner thus have a definite shape and high density. Now because the molecules in the solid are arranged in a definitive manner, so that is why all the solids have a definite shape. Solids never change their shape and it has high density. Last point is, molecules vibrate on either side of their mean position but do not leave their position. This is the movement of molecules. I told you that solids do not leave their position. They only vibrate on either side of their mean position where they are present. Because of this property, the solids have a definite shape. Now coming to liquids. We have studied that the intermolecular force between molecules in liquid is not as strong as solids. So because of this, liquids have a definite volume but it does not have a fixed shape. Liquids can change its shape. You must have studied this in the properties of liquid. Second is, molecules are loosely packed. By this we mean the intermolecular space is more than the solids. Thus, because there is space between the molecules in liquids, it can be compressed more than the solids. Thus, liquid can be compressed into solid. Third point is, molecules have low density. Just because of this intermolecular space, molecules of liquid have low density. And last point is, because the movement of molecules of liquid is irregular and random, that is, it moves to and fro in a limited space, the liquids have the property that it can flow. But it flows only in one direction, that is from higher to lower level, because liquid molecules can move only in a limited space. Thus, it does not move in all the direction, it moves only in one direction, that is from higher level to lower level. Now, molecular model of gaseous states. Here also, depending on those three properties, the properties of gases will change. First is intermolecular force. Now, how was the intermolecular force between molecules of gas? It was negligible or very weak. So, thus, because the intermolecular force is very weak, the molecules of gas are free to move in the entire space. Because of this, they neither have a definite shape nor do they have a definite volume. Okay. Now, because the intermolecular force is less, the molecules are very loosely packed. Now, if there is no force to attract the molecules, obviously the space between the molecules will be more. You should understand this. So thus, because the space is more, the molecules of gases can be easily compressed. That is, a gas can change into a liquid and even into a solid by compression. Third, because of this intermolecular space, which is very huge, the molecules have a very low density. That is, farther the molecules, the lower will be the density of any state of matter. And the last is movement of molecules. How was the movement? It is irregular and it is random. That is, the molecules can move in any direction and anywhere. It does not have a limited space where it has to move. Because of this property, the gases can flow in any direction. Now in this table I have listed the main differences between the three states of matter. There are many differences. It is listed in the table is given in your book. You have to go through it and learn it, but these are the 5 main distinguishing properties of the three states of matter. Solids have a definite shape and volume. Solid liquids do not have a definite shape, but it has a definite volume. And gases, it neither has a definite volume nor a definite shape. All this you have learned in class 5. We had even done some experiments on this. Next is solid is incompressible. I just now explained why, because it has very less intermolecular space. Liquids can be compressed to a small extent, and gaseous is highly compressible. Solid state, there is very little space between the molecules or particles. In liquid, the space is greater than the solids. In gas, the space between the gas particle is the greatest, that is more than these two, solid and liquid. Fourth is the intermolecular force is very strong in solid. In liquid, the intermolecular force or force of attraction is lesser than the solid, and in gases it is the weakest. Solid state particles cannot move freely. Liquid, it moves freely but in a limited space, and gases are in continuous random motion. So these are the 5 main distinguishing properties of solid, liquid and gas. There are more differences which you have to learn from the book. Now that was all about states of matter. We studied the molecular properties. We studied how these molecular properties affects the property of solid, liquid and gas. We also studied the differences between the three. Now we come to the second topic, that is changes in state of matter. Before starting with this, let me give you a very easy example which you must have seen or experienced at your homes only. Okay, when you take out ice from the freezer and keep it at room temperature, what happens after some time? What do you observe? Yes, the ice changes into water. So here the solid state is changing into liquid state. Another example is when you keep water for boiling. What happens after some time? After the water starts boiling, what happens? You see vapor coming out of that container. Here the liquid state is being converted into gaseous state. That is, the water is changing into water vapor. So these are very easy examples or changes which you see in everyday life. So how is change in state of matter brought about? It is brought about by imparting heat at a constant temperature. Whenever we impart heat to any state of matter, it changes into the next state. We will study how. These are some very common changes which takes place. Solid to liquid, it's melting or liquefaction. Liquid to solid, it's freezing or solidifying. Liquid to gas, boiling or vaporization or evaporation. And gases to liquid, it's condensation or liquefaction again. And another change is from solid to gas, that is sublimation. Now in your syllabus you have to study 2 types of changes. First is change from solid to liquid state, and the second is change from liquid to gaseous state. Now first let's see the change from solid state to liquid state. What is this change called? Melting. Now let's see the definition. The process due to which a solid changes into liquid state by absorbing heat energy at a particular temperature is called melting. Now what happens here is the molecules of solid, when it absorbs the heat energy, it starts vibrating at a greater amplitude. The molecules start vibrating at a greater amplitude. After some time, a point is reached when it gains sufficient energy to overcome the force of attraction between them. We know that there is very strong forces of attraction between the molecules of solid. So when we give them heat energy, at a point they gain sufficient energy to break through that force of attraction and they are free to move. Thus they convert into liquid. And the process is called melting. Now, second process we will study about is boiling or vaporization. The process due to which a liquid changes into gaseous state by absorbing heat energy at a particular temperature is called boiling or vaporization. Here also, when the molecules of liquid gain sufficient energy to overcome their forces of attraction, they convert into gaseous state. Okay. So these are the two processes which you have to study, melting and boiling. So that will be all about this chapter matter. Tomorrow I'll give you one worksheet. If you have any doubts regarding any topic in this chapter, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you, children. Please stay at home, stay safe, stay healthy.